All right, what's good, guys? They've got an interesting setup here, and so as you can see, made in China about the Uyghur Muslims. So it says how the brands you love profit from Uyghur forced labor. 12 million people, predominantly Muslim Uyghurs, people live in East Turkestan, a region under Chinese control on its western border. China calls the area that, meaning New Frontier. Since 2017, under the guise of re-education, Chinese state authorities have detained at least 1.8 million Uyghurs and or Uyghur. We know what it is. 1.8 million, and the other Turkic majority peoples in prison camps with ties to forced labor. Investigative journalists and activists have exposed this exploitation and prompted change, including the passage of the Uyghur Forced Labor Prevention Act in 2021. But some brands continue to sell compromised goods. This exhibit uncovers the human cost behind these products. So let's check this out. All right, shout out to Papa Lech. All right, so we got looks like some pop art type thing. And it says prison to table dining. Prison to table dining. Companies associated with the Xinjiang, what is that? Yeah, CCP are major exporters of tomatoes, which are roughly 70% cheaper than those from America, in part because they're processed by Uyghur detainees, aka slave labor. Through a third-party distributor loophole, Walmart, Amazon, Etsy, Instacart, and Uber Eats continue to sell tomato products produced by Uyghur forced laborers from the Chinese company Heavy Tomato Industry. Quote, the only reason for this to take place would be cost. Of course, it's all about the money. It's all about the money. That was said by Bruce Rominger, chairman of the California Tomato Growers Association. Well, I mean, he obviously wants them American taters, but, you know, I mean, seems like he's probably legit. He said, quote, California has some of the most stringent environmental, food safety, labor laws, and wages in the United States. With these standards do come some costs. So obviously, if you're going to pay people a good wage then and not have forced labor, you're going to have to pay more. It says what you can do. In the spirit of Andy Warhol's art, see, I knew it. I'm cultured. In the spirit of Andy Warhol's art of mass production, we invite you to take a closer look at a seemingly innocuous can labels. Many tomato products are marked made in China or simply imported that originate in Xinjiang. So that's what we're talking about here. If you've seen the Campbell's can, then same shit. So we got this thing over here with all the red dots. I don't really know. Oh, each dot, bro. What? Bro, what? Bro, what? Each dot is a detention center. And so we're looking at this part of China. And then, wait. And then it's going down here. If we look at this part of China, each dot, bro, is a detention center. Each one. Like, mad of them. So, okay, and they go over this way. There's a bunch over here. Damn. So we got this thingy behind me here. Just just a bunch of motherfuckers' faces, and then another phone that don't work. So I don't know what they were trying to do there, but tricked by tech. Before Apple CEO Tim Cook scheduled a visit to O-Film, a company manufacturing selfie camera technology used by Apple and Samsung, around 700 Uyghur workers were reportedly removed, erasing any trace of forced labor. Besides being forced to manufacture tech, Uyghurs are subjected to constant high-tech surveillance. Some are forced to live in compounds monitored by guards and state-of-the-art security cameras. Well, we gotta keep them safe, right? We gotta keep them safe. Elsewhere, facial recognition is used to monitor non-detained Uyghurs, allowing the government to punish those deemed not sufficiently in line with the Han Chinese cultural norms. Due to U.S. sanctions imposed in 2020, the tech industry has largely cut ties with Oakville. But the fight to untangle Uyghur forced labor from tech is far from over. And again, it tells us, what can you do? It can be difficult when forced labor is so prevalent in tech. The contact brands whose supply chains are tainted and avoid companies with close ties to the Xinjiang government. Again, I think that's just like what they got, the CCP. And it says drone makers, DJI and Autel, surveillance brands, Hikvision and Dahao, to name a few. So looking at what you're doing. And then we got a good kind of depiction here of labor. It's a sewing machine with some bullshit. What does it say? It says, I don't want to spill it. It says, I don't know, this is a whole bunch of shit. But you can see, and the quote is, all the equipment inside looked new, but there were clues that those who worked there were not doing it by choice. Pairs of scissors were chained to each work table to prevent the women from taking them to the dorms, and there were cameras everywhere. It's not good. Not good. Not good. Oh, and that's just a nice visual. There's pulling the thread. Over 1/5 of the world's cotton comes from the Uyghur homeland. So if anybody needs reparations, it ain't the blacks in America. Some Uyghurs are forcibly transferred into seasonal agricultural work, such as cotton picking. Others are forced to work in textile and garment factories. In 2020, the Australian Strategic Policy Institute revealed that several top clothing brands have been sourcing cotton made with Uyghur forced labor. Since then, some have committed to cleaning up their supply chains, but others have not. In 2020, Zara made a public statement condemning forced labor and pledging not to use Xinjiang cotton, but have since removed any mention of this following the backlash. And again, what you can do, follow at Forced Labor Fashion. What you can do, follow and check a brand's report card before buying Damn. I mean, this shit ain't cool. And so this says, these images of detained Uyghurs were leaked from confidential internal police networks. In a conservative estimate, each photo represents 600. 600. You ready for this? Each one is 600. OD. All these people. Slaves. The liberal media is like, oh no, Leah Thomas. Miss me with that. So again, guys, not doing a regular live stream tonight. Obviously, we are here at Dissident Dialogues, but we will, me and Papa Lutch will check in later. So thank you for hanging out. I hope this was educational. Either way, I am out of here. Peace.